flex me a back body. Say, oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a full strong, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.
Yes, five fans. We are back. I'm Mr. Neutral, and you're watching iBoxingHub, and I've brought you the best that Twitter can offer you tonight. This is episode 11, and it's Guess Who's Back? We're hoping to be joined by a very special guest, ladies and gentlemen. That is Mr. Evins Tobler, the one and only Evins Tobler, strength and conditioning coach for Mr. Regis Program. We'll give him a big round of applause. Fantastic. He'll be joining us soon, but in the meantime, I want to present my co-host from the UK, Mr. Jams Boxing Chat, part of Boxing Media Hub. Welcome, sir. On my bottom left, we have Mr. IOTBA. I'm on that bullshit again. And Mr. JJ Solomon from the Spit Bucket Podcast, guys. You guys are legends. Thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. And but this show is sponsored by D-Rock Clothing. Check out the website. If there's anything you like in the link below, put in iBoxingHub 24 and just help yourself to 40% of the clothing. And look, anyone's in boxing knows who Joseph Parker is. Anyone who knows on Twitter who's Jams, Mr. Boxing Jams Chat there. And yes, D-Rock, go and check them out, our proud sponsors of this show tonight. Well, gentlemen, I brought you all forward. We're hoping to have Mr. Evins Tobler on very soon, but we're going to move on to the first topic of the day until he arrives. We got Boots Ennis fighting tomorrow night. And there's been no promo. Help me out, guys. What has gone on in this last 2 weeks that Mr. Boots Ennis is not getting the love? He's not getting the promotion that he deserves. Has Eddie dropped the ball here? Help me out.
No, I don't think Eddie Hearn dropped the ball. When it comes to the people across the pond and it comes to the American fighters, see, it's different. See, these Americans over here, they too privileged, right? They privileged, right, to where they don't want to put in the work and take the necessary steps to make the fight the fight. We should see a guy like Jerome Boots Ennis, with his Jerry Curl Bird all on the internet right now talking that talk. But what we see Jaron Boots Ennis not saying nothing, not a dee, Nathaniel, and that's a Boots Ennis problem. See, these American fighters are spoiled. They think, oh, it's just supposed to come to me. Oh, my promoter just supposed to do this. No, you are the root of the fruit of where you're trying to go. So if you want the big money and the big fights, you have to start your foundation before anybody. So I blame this on Boots Ennis and his camp.
GG,
y'all go.
On you go, mate. Yeah, on top of that.
Sounds good. I'll chime in on that. Okay, cool.
Right,
Hey, is it my turn? Sorry, I'm having trouble hearing. Are we good?
On you go.
All right, that sounds good. Let me chime in on that because I disagree a little bit. But before, we always ask our guests this, so I want to ask you guys. If you look at our logo, can you guess which one is me and which one is IOTBA? we'll ask the chat, all right? We got to introduce ourselves.
Which one is who? Come on, y'all. Who is who?
Anyway, man.
Just some uncanny likeness, I have to say, guys.
I'm just funning. But let me chime in. I have to disagree a little bit. I got to disagree with IOTBA a little bit, and I have to disagree a little bit because here stateside, it seems like there has been a little bit more buzz and discussion about Boots. Now, it's obviously not to Tank Davis's level. It's not Canelo Alvarez level, but these guys are completely different. To IOTBA's point, yes, Boots is just naturally a quiet person. He's going to keep to himself. He's not going to get into the social media. But I just said this about Kid Austin a couple of days ago. We can't have it both ways. If you jump onto Twitter right now, Shakur is getting absolutely roasted. Ryan Garcia's getting absolutely roasted. Devin Haney got absolutely roasted. So when these guys give us that access to them, it turns into something that's almost a distraction. And I salute Boots Ennis for staying off of that, staying off of the negative feedback, because it might impact his dollars, but big picture, his job is to go in and take care of business on Saturday night, and I believe he's going to. I don't care that he hasn't been talking a lot. I don't think Eddie Hearn's dropped it. This is the first fight. The fight is in the hometown. I like what Eddie has done thus far, and I think the future is super, super bright for Boots based on what we've seen on this first fight with Matchroom.
I agree with you there,
Jams.
JK, completely, mate. Sorry, Neutral, didn't mean to interrupt you, but I've heard tonight that
On you
Boots
go,
is apparently
Jams.
really drained at the weight. Apparently, Boots tonight has come out and said, well, someone said that he's really drained at the weight. Do you know much about this?
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, apparently. I was going to mention it in my little news hour later, but apparently he's drained at the weight. He feels quite weak. Do you think that could give David a chance, Evanescence a chance to get at him?
No.
Because we know skill-wise, Boots has got this in the bag, you know what I mean? But if he is drained at the weight, that's Evanescence's chance to jump on him and knock him out.
That's interesting because I saw an interview today with just a quick interview with Boots, and they asked him, is Bud next? And he said he wants to collect all the belts at 147. So that kind of comes – I didn't hear the part about him being drained. I've kind of been out of it today. But yeah, that kind of comes as a bit of a surprise considering how disciplined he is and that sort of deal.
I was shocked, mate. I was shocked by it, to be honest.
He's a bit of a gym rat. He's a bit of a gym. I just want to check out a couple of these.
I was shocked.
Let's check out a couple of messages on the audience there. Can't wait. Get off work early, so I'm here for this. Let's go, says Alexander the Great. We know who Alex Sankey is. Big up, Alex. Green Diamond Boxing, good evening, guys. If you're part of the iBoxingHub, the Green Diamond team, led by Aisha, some great interviews this young lady gets, and she's a proud member of the team. We've got Mr. Styles, big up Neutral and Jams, big up. Aisha says, Mr. Styles, good to have you once again on the show. But is there a certain emphasis on Eddie Hearn, though? Even though Butch is very quiet, he's very disciplined, he's in that ring, he wants to go and do what he do. We know Butch is not a loudmouth like some of the guys on Twitter. So on that aspect, there's some of the emphasis have to go on Eddie Hearn's shoulders, and Butch is he just sitting back thinking, well, I've got a nice wee guarantee here. I'll just leave it all to Eddie.
No. That it don't fall nothing on Eddie Hearn's shoulders. No. See, like I say, with these American fighters, they are privileged. And I'm from America. I love where I'm from. But one thing about Mr. IOTBA,
you're going to bring some heat on your shoulders for that show there.
Hey, he keeps it consistent. I will say he's not just saying this because we're on your show. It is a you guys. I'm sure you guys can see it. So this isn't just a new concept from IOTBA.
Yeah, so that's
good
exactly.
to hear, because Jams is exactly the same. He'll tell me when I'm wrong or if he disagrees 100%. So it's what you need. You need that chemistry.
I'll be the first one to tell you.
But every fight I see Eddie Hearn. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, carry on, please.
Every fight I see Eddie Hearn do, his fighters who are big time, like especially from across the pond, they out there, they talking their talk, they promoting themselves. But with Boots Ennis, why do we always want to blame the promoter? And the only people we see doing that is these privileged Americans. It's always the promoter's fault. Think about it. With Terrence Crawford, even though he beat Earl Spence, and now Terrence Crawford is. What he said he was. Look at him. He was on ESPN. This guy had First Take, pardon the interruption. All these #1 shows to go on, and he didn't do it. Boots Ennis, okay, you're disciplined, you're quiet. Okay, with your being disciplined and quiet, that's going to lose you a lot of dollars. See, I know he's from the area code, the 215, and that's how many people might show up to his fight the way he's been promoting it.
Oh, man. I
love these analogies. They're fantastic. But I mean, we're all looking forward to the fight tomorrow on DAZN. What time is it going to be your end, guys, tomorrow? Is that fight on?
Like 8
Is that
o'clock.
like
Yeah,
10 o'clock, something like
7.
that?
Yeah, the ring walk might be about 10:30. What time is it where you guys are right now?
It's
10
quarter
past
past
midnight.
midnight here
Oh
in the
man!
UK.
Oh,
Wow,
okay.
there
But
you go.
see, boxing's 24 hours a day on
Never
iBoxing
stop.
Hub.
Never
We
stop.
never stop. And then tomorrow night we got main event with me, watch along with iBoxing Hub for the fight, the big fight indeed. Let's moving on. Jams, I want to introduce your news segment now, and I'm going to pass this on to you now. And this is for the hardcore, for the informers, and for the casuals to be educated with iBoxing Hub in association with our good guys from TSB. And hopefully Remy and Matt will be joining us very soon. The bat signals have gone out. So Matt, Jams, on you go.
Okay, mate. I just wanted to mention about Yanibek Alim Kanali. He apparently fainted and had to get to hospital, so his 160 championship fight is now off. What do you lads think to that? And what's caused it? Like, is he overtrained? Is he underprepared? Is he just not strong enough? Like, what's your thoughts on Yanibek?
I'll chime in. It's just kind of a microcosm of the 160 division. You know, like it's just a train wreck. It's a train wreck in my opinion. And unfortunately for Janibek, he's in that weird area between 160 and 168 where you're too big for 160 and I dare him to go to 168. It's a scary idea. I know he's been promoted as the boogeyman and all of that, and I will never get on any of these platforms and hate on a fighter and discredit anything. But with my eyeballs, I'm still yet to see what I saw from Golovkin 10, 15 years ago, or however long it was. I haven't seen that killer from Janibek yet, and now we hear this news that he fainted. I think it's a bad sign because. Hey, look, if any division is not easy, but if there's any division that's vulnerable for a taking, it's 160. He can't make it weight, and now he's going to have to give it up. This is going to be a problem for a while, I think. I think he's in that no man's land between 160 to 168, and I don't know. I just think it's a terrible for him, and I think it's a bad omen for his future, in my opinion.
Completely agree, JJ.
Mr. IOTBA, I want to ask you that.
Sorry.
Sorry, Mr. Before I forget about it, I'm an old man. Mr. IOTBA, I just want to bring your opinion on that.
I just feel like it's the weight cut. I've seen somebody put that in the tape, the weight cut. Janibek, he's one of my favorite fighters on this planet. Just like JJ said, it comes a time and understanding when you got to look yourself in the mirror and face reality. And what I say about reality, it's a mother shut your mouth, right? And reality is he can't make this weight anymore. So Janibek, it's time to move up to continue your career and still be one of the best fighters. You know, in boxing, you have to push yourself to the limits, right? Like JJ said, it's an in-between. You're too big for 160. You're probably a little bit smaller at 168, but that's about being great. Now, you can't be fainting and think that's okay. That don't happen unless you're not getting the nutrition that you need in your body that's going to fully fulfill you when you step in that square circle. I love Janibek, but it's time to move up.
Yeah, and look at Canelo.
I've got a question for you. Are we finding that this is an endemic amongst boxers now who are missing weight? They're struggling too hard to strip weight. Ryan Garcia and his brother. I mean, just two latest.
Mention that mongrel.
You know what I mean? I'm giving. Jams understood me. We don't like cheats in the sport, but to give examples, pre knowledge of his drug test, the fact that he couldn't make weight. Is this where the term weight bully comes in boxing?
Yeah. I mean, I've always taken the stance that I don't like the term weight bully because it takes. I mean, people think you just wake up and you're at 147 or 160 or whatever the number is. Guys, it is hell. It is hellacious. It is a terrible thing. If you ask any fighter, the worst part about boxing is not getting the shit beat out of you. It's the weight cut. So it's not easy. Talking about Ryan Garcia specifically, though, when you just because you brought him up, after the fight, he said, "I just can't make 140 anymore. My body won't do it." But in the same exact sentence, he said, "I've been drinking all the entire camp." So it takes a little bit extra. It takes a little bit extra, and it separates the elite, the Floyd Mayweathers who are in shape all year long. Terrence Crawford is in shape all year long. Canelo Alvarez is in shape all year long. It separates the elite from the really, really, really good. And you just, yeah, there's weight bullies. Yeah, there's a problem in boxing where people are having trouble making weight, and maybe we can address that. But if you're signing up for it, if you want to go chase the championship, if you want to defend your championship, then those are just the rules. And if you can make the weight, I don't like the term weight bully. But yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem because of the discipline, I think. It's a huge discipline issue.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you, man. Jams, the next story, please.
Okay, mate. What do you think? I know we said we wouldn't talk about Ryan Garcia because it's a waste of absolute fucking space, but he's made an apology video. He's made that apology video saying that I'm not a racist. We call each other the N-word all the time. We do this, that, the other. Do you accept that? Do you think that's acceptable? Just because he says we call it between our friends, does that make him okay to say that word? And should he ever get a platform to speak or fight on again? Because in my opinion, he should be forgotten and banished because he's a fucking scumbag.
Cool. I'll let you take it out, Jimmy.
I think the language is totally unacceptable. No, that's not appropriate at any point of time. And no, but listen, everybody deserves a second chance in life. You know, we have people who do way harsher things than Ryan Garcia did. So I think he do deserve a second chance in boxing. But I think what Ryan Garcia is going to have to do is face reality and understand he got a lot of cleaning up to do. Do I believe that apology? Absolutely not. How many times have we heard Ryan Garcia apologize over the last year? It's been like 1 million times we heard this dude apologize. So no, I don't believe that apology. Remember, this was the same guy who said they took him to the woods, you know, had him tied up, and he seen a little baby that was 2 years old and somebody was sucking blood out of him. I'm like, come on, guy. So no. It's not acceptable for him to think that's okay, because it's a lot of people that's affected by that word in the history, you know, of us living on this great planet that we live on. So no, it's not appropriate. Ryan Garcia, he has to go face them demons. But do I think he deserves a second chance? Yeah.
That's big
Preach,
of you,
brother,
mate, to say
preach.
that. That's really big of you to give him a second chance, because I'm telling you what, I couldn't. I think he's a waste man. I can't stand him. But also,
we have
the
to
lies that he
keep
tells.
that same precedent for all boxers.
I'd be the same with anyone, mate. I'd be the same with anyone.
Yeah.
So just because it's Ryan,
We
Ryan's
can't
a
show
little
love
bitch,
to
don't
other
get me wrong,
boxers
but
who've done exactly the same thing.
he's just
So,
vile. He's just
I'm
a vile
moving that,
human
Jams.
Can I chime in on that really quick though?
Yes,
Just because
you go, mate.
it is an important topic. I've you know, you naturally want to stay away from stuff like this when you're on an up and coming platform. You don't want anything to hurt. But I think there are some things that need to be addressed, and I will. I'll say first off, racial jokes, anything. I don't think there's any room for it where we are in today as a society, right? Listen, this guy to my what is this? What are y'all seeing? Whatever, that guy right there.
It's to your right.
Yeah, he's my brother. He's my brother from another mother. You know, we are very real with each other. We travel together, and we've been very vulnerable with each other as well. But one thing that I know for a fact that if I were to casually just drop the N-word with my buddy, he wouldn't mind. But it's a respect thing. It's a respect thing. And just because I have one guy's blessing or I'm cool with another guy, it's a respect for an entire group of people. And we have to show that love. We have to show that love to each other. In the same breath, Ryan is I don't care if we ever see Ryan Garcia in a boxing ring again. I don't care if we never talk about him again. But one thing the Spit Bucket is big on is mental health. And I will say this real quick, but I know a lot of people in boxing don't want to hear that. There is something wrong with the kid. If he had cancer, if he had AIDS, if he had some diagnosis, we would be concerned. He is sick. He is sick, and it needs to be addressed because he's hurt everybody around him. What my worst fear is, because I try my best to love every human being the same, regardless of shade of skin, regardless of what their past is. What my worst nightmare is, or what I'm afraid of, is we're all going to wake up in the morning and see this terrible breaking news from Ryan Garcia. And as much as
in a hotel or something.
Yes, and as much as we don't like the guy,
that, Jams, didn't I not say that to you? I said we will find him. He'll be gone.
Yes,
because I felt he had a bit of a witch hunt. To be fair, other guys have tested for drugs before, and they've never ever had this much hate. But he hasn't done himself any favors after the fact. He's gone on to say some.
The way he talks about.
That's what I'm saying, mate. That's what he said. After the fact, his behaviour, the words he's used, the context, racist, the delivery,
terrible.
Whole tirade of terrible words. But as I said to myself, I did drop him.
Yeah, make sure that y'all viewers understand. I am not giving him the okay. I'm saying the kid is sick.
No.
Somebody needs to help him. And that's it, man.
He's got rights.
We've said the same thing, JJ. We've said the same thing.
Yeah.
He needs help. He needs
help. Yeah.
Honestly, I've actually said the boy needs help. He needs a mentor, somebody who can guide him. His father's not doing that. He's got no faith
not at all.
He's been hung out to dry, no faith, let's be honest.
In his team behind him. So, he's a lost soul at the minute. And, you're quite right on the mental health aspect. And in all walks of life, we've got to be concerned for our fellow human being who is obviously having and showing problems.
Sure.
But moving on. Jams, let's go on to our next topic, please, sir.
This is the last topic for my little news corner. Alexander Usyk has said that he's going to retire Tyson Fury in December. Do you guys think this will happen? Or do you think Fury's got a chance? Or do you think Usyk's talking facts? Will he retire Tyson Fury December?
Oof. IOTBA, you want to go first on that one?
No.
You don't want to go first? Oh.
No, I'm saying no. He won't retire. He won't retire. There's only one Tyson Fury, right? That was a great fight, right? Usyk won. Give him his credit. He's supposed to talk like that right now. But see, this is the thing right here. We have to understand the essence of boxing and why we love the sport. We've seen guys who have been undefeated, like Tyson Fury have. We've seen them take a loss. And the thing I love about the sport of boxing, because we know guys can win championships and they make a name for themselves. But when they lose, is they going to come back and show how great of a champion that they are. And I truly believe that Tyson Fury is going to show up and show out December. Is it going to be a great fight? Absolutely. But he's finna show the world and like I say, he has his antics too. But he's going to show the world why he is one of the best heavyweights of all time.
Woo! All right. I look at me and IOTBA. I think we might be in agreement here because listen, I think the world of Alexander Usyk. I genuinely do. But with that Tyson Fury fight, I think with Tyson Fury, his fights are a direct result of what's going on between his ears. And I think even in this fight with Usyk, we saw what happened with Ngannou, which was an embarrassment to the sport of boxing. But with this fight with Usyk, I think he was dominating, and then something went off in his head saying, this is really easy, I'm having a good time, and then he just stopped. He stopped focusing. The hyper focus you need at this level, it went away in the middle of that fight with Fury. So to IOTBA's point, I think Fury comes back. I think Fury gets the win, and I think Mr. Neutral, I think he might retire him. I think Fury might walk away, but I do think that Tyson Fury wins the rematch. I believe that. And I know we're probably in the minorities here, but I feel that he's going to win the rematch.
I hope you're right, JJ. I hope you're both right. I really do. Really
tell me, what does he do? What does he do different? What does he do different from fight one?
Stop posing in the first round like he's already won.
Exactly. And look, when you lose, when you've been on top, right? You know, it's like being on top that long. Y'all have to understand, it ain't been too many. It ain't been no fighter, a lot of fighters in history. Only we can say one, Floyd Mayweather, who been undefeated. So fighters lose, and when you're on top that long as Tyson Fury was, right, you could get lackadaisical, right? But it takes you to get punched in the mouth and fall from grace like Tyson Fury did to rise back up like the Undertaker.
That's it.
All right.
I see him win the W, man. Listen, Tyson Fury has bounced back from personal things, demons that are a lot harder than boxing, and kicking addictions and that sort of stuff. So I think he'll take this loss, and I think we're going to see a very, very elite version of Tyson Fury next. But, if I'm wrong, that means Usyk did a hell of a job, and we were all treated to some more amazing boxing.
That's it, mate. That's it.
Hell yeah. We've got to say to that. I just want to add one more point about Tyson Fury.
Okay, buddy.
I felt that the showboating started when Usyk hit him in the third round. He changed his mannerisms and the way he fought after that. He was then getting rounds, but I think it was at round 5, round 6, something like that. And Tyson Fury was unleashing body shots, and they were doing nothing.
Tyson's kryptonite.
They were doing nothing, and then boom, he lost it. He lost his composure. He lost his he lost his boxing manners, and then that what should have been a knockout punch, we had Fury swinging in the ring, fresh air. For me, that was just a matter of time. So that's why I was just interested in your viewpoints about time. But listen, the great nation of England, it kills me to see that. The great nation of England will have
come on, England tomorrow, neutral.
the champion back.
You're backing us.
He can produce the old Tyson Fury. But the thing is, guys, I'm telling you now, Bomb Squad did a job on him. He is not the same fighter after 3 12-rounders with the big man, the big right hand of Deontay Wilder, who put him on his ass 5 times. He should have won fight 1. But, his arm was spiked. Everything went wrong. The mask was too heavy.
Can't you tell a Scotsman's talking?
I'm telling you now, that man took Fury's soul. And that's why he had a lousy comeback against who's the first guy?
Otto Wallin. Oh no,
then it was Ngannou.
He got caught by Otto Wallin, didn't he? Really bad.
He took his soul. Hold up. Excuse me, sir.
Mr. IOTBA is going to address the bullshit right now.
I must address
Mr. Neutral.
I must address this bullshit, Mr. Neutral. That was the biggest fib I ever heard in my life. I want all the mates around the world to know that was the biggest fib I ever heard in my life, saying Deontay Wilder took his soul. Really? That was the same guy saying that his own corner man was working with Tyson Fury and that they put something in the drink. Oh, but he took Deontay. So the souls that been took.
Punches not changing.
No, I don't think
He's
so.
Not the same
man.
I don't think so because look, we seen Tyson Fury rise above and do his thing again. Deontay Wilder ain't been able to do nothing. That's the tail of the tape, Mr. Neutral. Now, I understand. I ain't saying that Deontay Wilder wasn't a hard fight for him in the first fight, but in the second 2 after that, he made it look easy. It was just like he's on down the road. Oh, it was that easy. It was that easy.
I just want to just make one thing about your assessment, Mr. Neutral, on the fight about the body shot. Tyson Fury did go to the body, and you did, but he stopped. And that's the thing. If you're gonna attack the body, it's not gonna be a one-hitter quitter. It's a sustain. You gotta break them down. And I don't know if Fury was thinking about that Dubois fight where that one shot almost got him out. No, you have to keep working it. And I think the body work will be the difference in the second fight. To your point, I think he's going to sustain it longer, though. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm here for it though. I can't wait.
Should be fun. Should be fun.
That's going to be
Can I say one more
December.
thing, Mr. Neutral?
One more chat.
Can I say one more
Only go on,
thing?
mate. Only go on, mate.
Not about Tyson
Oh,
Fury
sure.
though, because
Sure.
like we talking to some people from across the pond, and talking to some people from across the pond. I got to talk about the number 140-pound fighter in the world, and that's Jack Catterall,
That's
like
real.
the real undisputed champ. See, that's what people get it twisted at. He beat
The
Josh Taylor.
True.
That's facts.
He supposed to be the guy right now. Look, I love Regis Prograde.
Beat him twice.
That's my guy, right? Done been walk down to the ring with him, done been in the dressing, done doing all that, right? I love him, but this is the sport of boxing. Just because I love a guy and I like a guy, I got to call it for what I see it. I think Jack Catterall is going to come in this fight and put on a show. And the reason why, he got the Josh Taylor he finally got that demon out of his closet, right? So now people still ain't believing, but if you got a boxing eye, you can look at this guy and tell he's the absolute truth. And I don't know if y'all know how I say truth. That's TRUF, truth. So when I look at Jack Catterall, I know he's the truth. So with a guy like Regis Prograde, which it will, like Regis Prograde, if he can get you, he could pose a problem. But when I tell you Jack Catterall mid to long range, the way his boxing ability to the jab, the way he could throw punches and bunches on the inside in combination, that is a problem for not just Regis Prograde, but for the entire 140-pound division. And when you talk about going through your trials and tribulations, right? This is what I love about the sport. See, Jack Catterall really supposed to be that guy. But he went through his trials and tribulations when he know he's supposed to be that guy. And with something like that happen, that could either make you or break you. Think when you know you're supposed to be him and they take it away from you. Through his trials and tribulations, he didn't let that break him. He let that make him. And what he did to Josh Taylor, he's going to do it to Regis Prograde, and he's going to set a precedence in this fight against Regis Prograde to show all the 140-pound champions and fighters why he is the problem of the division.
Yeah, El Gato's got this, bro. I agree with it completely.
What a guy, what a guy.
I think it's funny that
I gives it to you.
I think it's funny that IOTBA decided to hijack the show and get that off of his chest before Coach Evans showed up. You want to get that off your chest?
No. But look, boxing.
See the size of his hands, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but look. No. This is the thing right here. Boxing, Regis Prograde is a power puncher, right? And shout out to Evins Tobler. He did a great job with Regis Prograde over the years, right? See, now this is what Regis. See, now do I think Regis Prograde have a chance of winning this fight? Yeah, but I'm picking Jack Catterall. But see, look, remember what I told y'all I love about boxing. This is your opportunity. This is your moment, Regis Prograde, to rise back to the top. And this will be a story if he could do that. Do I think he's going to be able to do that? I don't. But look, I'm not Nostradamus. This guy right here, record versus me picking fights, it ain't even close. Right? I'm doing better this year. I think I got.
Do you not think that Rougarou has that ambition of becoming a 3-time world champion?
Oh, absolutely. I think
and what a place to do it. And
no, absolutely. I think
he's got just as much ambition in this fight. So much to gain from that comeback. And as you were saying, can he rise from like a phoenix out of the ashes of boxing and come back and make a statement against Jack Catterall? It just gives that extra pepper to the pots.
Facts. Since we got on the topic, I'll just say this to IOTBA's point. I think the world of Regis Prograde. I love his story. I love his grit, his determination. But we got to call it like we see it. And two things with Regis. When you start saying I might try MMA, I'm working on other things. He's 35 years old. 35, right? I believe that's how old he is. Anyhow, his brain doesn't seem to. Yeah, he's 35. He got started late. So what that tells me, he got in for money, right? And most guys do, but he saw a way to make quick paycheck. The guy's made his money. It's hard as a 35-year-old to go and sign up to do this at the level you were doing it at. And I just don't think his mind is into boxing right now the way Jack Catterall's is. So when you look at that on top of the skill difference, I just think it's going to be I think Jack Catterall is going to look very impressive against Regis Prograis. That's just the way I see it playing out, unfortunately.
You're loving that Philly shell that he gained from his time sparring in the Floyd Mayweather gym. It just made him into a complete boxer, as Mr. IOTBA says. Jams, I believe you've got another subject for us.
Yeah, just one last topic, mate. Yeah, I was on about Tank Loma. It's apparently being made later in this year. We all know it's 6 years too late. You know, this should have happened 6 years ago when Loma was still fresh and ready. We all know Tank's going to probably knock Loma out.
I don't believe that.
A legendary boxer, but I can't see how Loma rolls back the years to beat Gervonta Davis. What's your lad's thoughts on this one?
I don't believe a 23-year-old Tank would have beaten a 30-year-old Loma. No.
6 years ago, I'd have took Loma. For sure.
Yeah.
But now, I think it's a different
I've got Tank all day long. But that's another story. Guys, you know, you're there. You're close to these gentlemen in the USA. You hear all the Westbus, Calvin Ford, Coach Ellis. I mean, from what I'm gathering, Tank's, you know, his camps are going so smooth. Everything's well run within the team. You know, what's the scent you get in your end?
I am excited. I know it's late. I know it's a little bit, a few years too late, but Lomachenko is, say what you want. He gets a lot of shit on the social medias, but, one thing, you just can't ignore the eye test. You know, what he did against Gary Russell Jr., like Gary Russell at the time was one of my favorite fighters. And the way he did that so early in his career, so much good to say about Lomachenko, but a couple of things. It's not just about what goes on inside the ring. The way he's already hinting about retirement, those types of thoughts, once they're in your head, I believe they impact the camp. So with that being said, Tank Davis is fresh off of his Mayweather run where now I believe Tank Davis cares about his legacy. I believe he wants to make these fights happen because for the longest, he was under Floyd Mayweather's control where they were being very selective. I think Tank Davis is in a different point of his career. I still think we haven't seen the best of Tank Davis. And for that reason, I've never picked anybody against Lomachenko, but this will be the first time where I believe it may change between now and then because I usually wait till fight week to make my picks. But just what I see now, I'm going to pick Tank Davis with a late, devastating knockout. And it kind of is going to suck to see a guy I love like Lomachenko on his back the way I think it probably is going to end.
Okay, so this is the thing right here. It's certain fighters that are just different, right? They different. They bred different. They raised up different. They just got that aura about them. See, our saying down here in Texas it go like this. They say the stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas, right? So, like I say, when a guy has that light on him, and it's just in it, and he showed that from day one, and I'm talking about Vasily Lomachenko. I love Tank Davis now, right? I love him. I think he's the truth, right? But I think Lomachenko is the ultimate fighter, bro. See, it's a difference. You can sit up here and talk about them other guys. He fought Frank Martin. You can talk about
Rolly Romero,
and all of them. He ain't fought no Vasily Lomachenko, right? And y'all could say what y'all want to say. Like Tank Davis loses a lot of rounds. Who IQ is better than the Matrix that Tank Davis has ever fought? You think it's anybody who is more prepared for Tank Davis than the Matrix, who's going to know everything from the north to the south to the east to the west in that squared circle. Man, listen, I got Vasal Lomachenko pulling this fight off in a decision.
Wow, fair play.
All right. I can see it happening. Can see it happening. We got Brunch.
That's a massive show. And just on that note, welcome to the show, Matt MVO, the Space King of US Twitter, Brunch Boxing. There they are. How you doing, big man?
How you fellas doing tonight? Listen, I don't know what the hell I just walked into. Did I just hear Correa say that Lomachenko is going to defeat Tank Davis?
Yeah, you did, brother.
Business, man.
Oh, who is that?
That's MVO. It's Matt over Brunch Boxing.
Who?
MVO.
That's
Matt's in the house.
That's crazy, man.
No, you know they say life is like a box of chocolate. You know, crazy is, when you got a serial killer on the loose, right? That's crazy.
He murdered
Right, look.
strangled the
No, I know Tank power is fascinating. And I ain't saying Tank can't win this fight. I'm just picking Vasal Lomachenko because of the ring IQ and just being in there with them guys. Tank always tell fighters, you started when you were 15. You started when you were that side. Well, Vasal Lomachenko started when you did, and Vasal Lomachenko is the best amateur of all time. So you can't talk that experience to Vasal Lomachenko. You can't do that.
But before, I just want to throw in a little thing. I picked Tank to win. Like I said, 6 years ago, I'd have picked Loma. But I will say this. Like you said, Tank is inactive early in the rounds. But I believe Tank Davis is inactive early in the rounds because he's got his opponents that are always lesser quality than him. He's got them hypnotized. Like he's got them like, oh, damn, I survived another round. Oh, damn, I survived another round. With Lomachenko, I don't believe, even though Lomachenko is traditionally a late starter, I think he's going to be a lot more active than a lot of Tank's opponents have been in those first early rounds. However, without that being said, I do think we're going to see something from Tank that we still haven't seen yet because he hasn't been forced to use it. And I think it's going to be a bad night for Lomachenko.
Yeah, the thing about
this to me is like Agent Smith versus the Matrix. But Matt, what are you saying?
The thing about Lomachenko versus Tank that I want to flag, I got to be honest, I'm a little tired of people saying IQ, but they're not talking about Tank. Tank has a great boxing IQ. This is why he's able to pull out these fights with his strategy every single time. When he has to come forward, he comes forward. When he got a box movement backward, he boxes moving backward. When he has to be responsible defensively, he's able to do that. And when he has to go for the kill, he goes for the kill. There is nothing in the ring that Tank Davis can't do. And I don't think Lomachenko does anything better than Tank Davis.
His angles, I think his offensive angles are better than Tank Davis. And I think he's going to see angles that he's never seen before. Again, I'm picking Tank, but this ain't going to be no easy ride for Tank, man. He's going to have to turn that IQ that we all believe he has. He's going to have to turn it all the way up to get through the matrix. Because you can't deny it. I don't know if you were saying Loma's IQ isn't what everybody says it is. That's not what you're saying, is it?
I'm saying that Tank's IQ is a lot
I got you. I agree with that. People don't give Tank enough credit for his IQ, man. And
they don't give him any credit for it.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
No, it ain't nobody on here questioning Tank's IQ. It's just that when we look at Vasal Lomachenko, we see the difference. Right?
Honestly, I don't think Lomachenko has a better IQ than Tank.
But see, the thing we see, if that's the case, we don't see Vasal Lomachenko lose rounds like Tank do. Don't say, oh, it's his IQ. He trying to set up punches and he just want to lose this round. No, nobody just want to lose no round. Like we see Vasal Lomachenko put his IQ in place. So to say, I'm not questioning if Tank has an IQ because boxers wouldn't be on this level if they didn't have an IQ. So let's get that straight first. What I'm telling you is his IQ is not better than Vasal Lomachenko. Now, what we could say that's questionably better than Lomachenko is his punching power. And we know, if Tank touch you, 9 times out of 10, it's over. But what I'm telling you is, he's in there dealing with a smart guy, right? And I want to know any fighter out here, whoever, finish Lomachenko. Can somebody raise their hand up and tell me, please?
These guys will never fight somebody like that. They've never fought somebody like the man they're about to fight, and that's what's so damn exciting about this.
That's true. That is true, because I'm wondering who's going to be on the front foot in this fight. We saw Tank sort of in the first few rounds coming forward against Frankie Martin, wearing him down mentally, physically, first 4 or 5 rounds. What does Loma have that he will present, a different story to what happened with Frank? Mr. IOTBA, and then you, man.
The punch placement. It's the hands can't hit what the eyes can't see. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, rumble, like young man rumble. Look, the angles, like that's what Lomachenko do. He hits you with the punches that you don't see, bro. And with Tank being as aggressive as he is, them punches that the Matrix throw that you can't see, he's going to be able to capitalize. So I think the punches that you can't see, that's what he does way better than Tank.
I don't think he does anything better than Tank. I think the only thing he has over Tank is that he had a better PR machine behind him, to the point where a lot of these guys, for me at least, Lomachenko has lost all of his biggest fights. He's literally lost all of his biggest fights against his best opponents. So how can we now say that this guy, Tank Davis, who I think is going to be the best guy Lomachenko has ever fought, is going to struggle with this guy? I don't see it at all. I think Tank might get him out of there in 6 rounds.
Listen here. Again, I picked Tank, and this is the first time I said I picked Tank, but again, I'm going to make an argument about what you're saying, Matt, because what Loma does, I don't think the question is what does Loma do better than Tank. The question would be what does Loma do better than anybody Tank has fought. Loma is not going to throw the same damn uppercut 3 times in a row, or the same damn right punch 3 times in a row that Santa Cruz threw. Loma is not going to just sit there on the ropes late in the rounds the way Frank Martin just did, or the way Rolly was doing. Loma is going to, what Loma offers is 12 rounds of constant thinking. Loma also knows that he belongs in that ring with Tank. When all these other guys fought Tank, they didn't feel like they belonged. That was their big opportunity. Loma knows he belongs in the ring with Tank. Again, I don't believe we've seen the best of Tank Davis yet, though, man. So it's going to be a hell of a fight. A lot of people are just thinking, since Lomachenko's old and Tank Davis punches hard, that he's just going to go in there and knock shit at him. No, dog. I believe Loma is going to make Tank think, but I just believe where Tank is in his career right now, he's going to be able to answer the questions to the test that Loma provides.
You know what? I agree with you on that. Lomachenko is going to make Tank think. He's going to make Tank think which side of the ring should he backflip from after.
Which side of the flip did he back? Man,
See, this is my thought right here, right? See, look, it's like your name, Matt. You just said promotions. So you telling me Tank Davis didn't get good promotions from the company he was with?
Oh yeah,
like no. You think Tank? Well, why is Tank at where he at and been where he at if he ain't been getting the PR, bro? He was under Floyd Mayweather. That's a false statement, respectfully. Another thing, to think Tank is just gonna come in here and walk over Vasily Lomachenko when he just couldn't walk over Frank Martin. Hold up, he couldn't walk over Rolly Romero, right? He beat Ryan Garcia pretty easy, but there's been guys he couldn't walk over, and to say that Loma hasn't, had challenges. I mean, he made Gary Russell at the time, who everybody thought was impeccable, look like an amateur in the ring against him. And you could, the list just can go on with the fights that Loma done been in there. See, Tank always talk about experience. Well, yeah, well, Tank, guess what? You're dealing with some real experience now.
Yeah.
Can Tank win this fight? I'm not saying that he can't. They're gonna have him the favorite, but what I'm telling y'all is Lomachenko is different.
He is different. He's a great fighter. He's a great fighter, but Tank is elite. To me, Tank is special. Tank is a special fighter. We're going to be talking about Tank Davis 30 years from now, and Lomachenko.
But he ain't showed he was special yet. He ain't showed that like when you.
Sorry to interrupt. I want to ask you a question. Will we see the same Lomachenko that fought Haney? If we was to see that same, are you saying that if he beats Tank, then is Haney going to beat Tank?
No, so I know styles make fights, right? So
right.
So that's what I'm gonna say about that. Now, you said can he beat Tank fighting like that? Well, the whole world said he won the fight. When I look up the articles and I scroll around, they say Lomachenko beat that man. I'm talking about that's what the whole world been telling me since that fight, right?
Yeah,
no, I'm just saying. I'm just saying that's what. No, it ain't just that because you had black athletes, coming out saying the white guy won the fight. So don't say he had better. And this is another thing, bro. Like, if he had better PR, right? So I'm glad you said that, right? Because Top Rank always gets shit about how they don't promote their fighters. And this dude right here is saying they do promote their fighters. See, this is the thing and the difference. Lomachenko got a country behind him than these privileged American fighters who think the company just supposed to promote him. Lomachenko has a whole country behind him. And with that whole country of Ukraine backing him, that's what made Lomachenko a huge star. Like I say, we can sit up here and cry me a river about Shakur Stevenson. We cry me a river about Terrence Crawford and everybody else. But like I said, they had their opportunities to do what they do. And I give Shakur this credit. He went on all the shows, right? But people just, what the world is saying, they ain't liking what they seeing out of his performances. So please stop with this saying Top Rank don't promote their fighters, because I don't see fighters out here get promoted as better than Top Rank promote them and put them on a level. That's just my opinion. Salute the Bob Arum, big dog.
Hold on, I listen. Correct. I think.
So how you know my name?
Matt knows all.
We'll talk offline. We'll talk offline.
No, you just sound familiar, bro. Like
yeah.
But what is you talking like with like a thing in your voice or something? You trying to disguise your voice? Because it sounds.
No, that's how he normally sounds.
So what how you know me? You can't. I mean, I'm an open book.
You just have a bad memory. That's all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you just sound like. Where you from, bro? Where you from?
I'm from New York.
Yeah,
I'm working here. That's Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, guys, we're going to leave it on that, right? I want to just ask you all, have you all seen the new promo for the Crawford Madrimov fight released by Tucky Al-Sheikh?
I seen that. Holy shit. It's a movie.
Have you seen it?
It's beautiful.
Well,
I've seen
due
it.
to copyright, we can't show it.
The best part of the fight.
I'll tell you what, guys. Who's going to win this fight? Who's going to win out of Bud Madrimov? Because people are sleeping on Madrimov. Madrimov is nobody's mug at 154. People are talking like this is going to be easy for Bud. This ain't going to be easy, mate. He's moving up against
I'll tell you what,
fighter. I still think Bud will win. I still think Bud will win, especially led out by Eminem with his new album out today. But trust me, mate, people are sleeping on Madrimov. Madrimov, I watched him against Kurbanov. I watched his last two fights before that. This man can bang. And at 154, Bud's in a bit of trouble here. This will be his toughest fight to date, without a shadow of a doubt. What do you lads think to it?
Who goes first?
He getting cooked.
Second that emotion. I think it'll be a tough one.
154, mate. Bud's never felt power like that.
I guess I'll go then. Since we're just look. Yeah, I get all of that. But Bud is one of those guys that I just, I don't like to throw the word special around too much, but damn, Bud is just special, man. And I think Madrimov will be prepared. I think he'll have a great game plan. I think he'll show signs of preparation early in that fight, but I just don't know anybody who can adjust, who has so many tools in their toolbox, who can get mad when you punch them in the mouth and they come back even stronger. Like Bud, for me, is the full package, and I just think it's going to be another Bud Crawford fight. Respectfully, Madrimov, like I said, a lot of people say he hasn't earned the right to be there. I would disagree with that, and I think the guy's gonna put up a fight, but I just think Bud will Bud, and I can't wait.
I agree with you, JJ, but the only reason people are saying that, bro, is because he's only had, 10 or 11 fights?
11 fights, yeah, for
That's
sure.
the only reason they're saying that, but they've not seen the level of fighters. He's like Lomachenko. He's got a world title list at 2-3 fights. That's why people just see his record and say, his resume, oh, he's not earned the right to fight, Bud. He has, mate. He beat Kurbanov, who was like a boogeyman, like Gabriel Matisse. And he dealt with him, proper, and it was a fantastic performance. Trust me, he'll give Bud problems, but obviously Bud will win because Bud is, like you said, he's extra special.
You'll certainly present a problem with the 154 power. And who is that we have in the house right now?
That's Evins Tobler.
Mr. Evins Tobler in the house. He's come through. There he is.
That's the power.
How you doing, big man?
Man,
there he
Feel the
is.
strength. Feel that strength in the business.
What's up, Coach? How are you, sir?
just trying to start. I got training for myself.
We're having a bit of a mic problem there.
Hear me? What about now?
There you go.
That's it, son. We can hear you right now.
Yeah,
well, thank you for coming along, Mr. Tobler.
Saying an old man can't get no shape. I'm going to have to shut their ass up. How you can't get in shape and you invented the shit? Come on now.
I'll never speak again. I'll never speak again.
I just need somebody to tell me I can't. So I'm ready now.
No, that's not going to happen. So, auspicious moment, you've come in. We discussed the Jack Catterall fight amongst ourselves before. We know you're a busy man, but once again, thank you so much for giving us your time tonight. And Evans, you're back in England. You'll be back in England. You had your press conference, first face-off. You've been interviewed by the British press. I've done a wee poll here. That's, and I said to you, the reason why I wanted you on the show, because whilst you were in England, but you're home now, is, I want to get away from the faffy questions. 61% or 62% or 3 even have said Catterall is going, or 72% say Catterall's going to win this fight. I find that highly disrespectful. Mr. IOTBA has given his reasons. Gigi has given his reasons. Matt, he came a wee bit later, but let's take the conversation back. And the point I made to the guys was, I've got in my head Regis Prograis, 2-time world champion, and he's got a lot on the table for him on a personal hunger level, even though he's 35. You tell me his mindset, what the mindset is going into this fight with that hunger of wanting to be a 3-time world champion.
Well, let me tell you something. Some of these motherfuckers are delusional. And it's okay to be delusional because if you're a real boxing fan, you got to understand that there's levels to this shit. And another thing is Jack Catterall ain't never been no champion. He don't know what championship level feels like. Okay? He caught a Josh Taylor. I'm gonna give him just a little bit of fucking credit. He caught a beat up Josh Taylor. Okay, Josh Taylor got beat by Regis Prograis. Josh Taylor had a war with Ramirez. You know, you called it Josh Taylor and Josh didn't even train for the first fight. Well, Josh Taylor's fault. The Catterall beats in the first fight. They take the fight from Catterall. I even said to him, "Congratulations." Okay, but Catterall is not a Regis Prograis. He hasn't been at that level. And when you look at his record, it sounds like I talk shit, but I don't talk shit. It's a straight fact. You tell me when the last fucking time Jack Catterall knocked somebody out or even stopped the motherfucker. Okay, so let's look at Linares. Linares is beat up. He got to beat up Linares. Okay, who else did he fight? And y'all know more boxing than me. You tell me one thing that makes Catterall stand out. He's the average puncher.
He did beat Taylor twice, even though one of them was a robbery. He did beat Taylor twice.
I thought Taylor beat him the second fight. But
Mr. IOTBA, I think you'd be the best one to answer this question from Mr. Tobler.
I think Noodle's been feeding you.
First off, salute to you, Mr. Evins Tobler. It's a pleasure to be on the show with you tonight. Jack, you asked what Jack Catterall do. I think his mid to long range game, he know how to fight on the inside. He got a good jab. This is not to knock Regis Prograis because Regis Prograis do a lot of great things too, right? But Jack Catterall, he should be the lineal champion right now. So that's how I look at it.
You're a Jack Catterall fan. Don't be trying to talk.
No, see, you don't know me, Evins Tobler. No. I know Regis. I done been to Regis fights. Listen. You gotta understand. I'm a boxing fan, and I want Regis to win. Mm-hmm. Like I want to be wrong about this, right? I want to be wrong. I want to see him be able to come a 3-division champion, but I have to give my honest assessment, and I want you to be able to come back and tell me I told you was wrong.
Okay. I know. You see, the problem with the so-called boxing analysts is that you guys go off of a performance here, a performance there, which does not make a fighter bad. Everyone has a bad day. Look at everybody jumping on Shakur Stevenson. Fucking Jack Catterall has not been at this level. He has not been hit this hard. And it's gonna be a good fight, but I believe Regis is gonna knock him out. Regis is gonna come out on the top. Listen, you got two guys, right? Two fighters. The edge has to go to Regis Prograis because he's a 2-time world champion. You can't knock that. And I'm telling you because I trained the kid, and his desire to get a championship belt is more than his desire to keep the fucking belt. That's the craziest thing. But this kid is up for keeping the belts, bro. I've never seen a kid that wants to. He needs something.
Oh, Ruguru's a warrior, mate.
Yeah,
Ruguru's a warrior. We all know that. Ruguru's a warrior. But how do you think he stops Jack Catterall, El Gato? How do you think he stops him?
Listen, I ain't gonna make no predictions. What I'm going to say is we will be victorious in this fight, and you're not going to see the same Regis Prograis that you saw in San Francisco. It's impossible. It's not going to. And Jack Catterall, listen, all the pressure's on Jack Catterall. Ain't no pressure on the 2-time world champion.
I tell you what, Mr. Tobin, if the best Regis turns up, he beats Jack Catterall. If the best Regis turns up, but is the best Regis still there?
Oh, it's still there. It ain't never really left, man.
How's he looking, champ?
It ain't
Coach,
left.
How's the champ looking now?
Say that again.
How's the champ looking now?
How's Regis looking? Man. How's he looking?
Listen, we got some stuff coming. We got some stuff coming to my favorite city, Manchester. I love Manchester, bro. I'm a Manchester United fan. So when we win this fight,
you've done that.
I gotta get some Manchester stuff.
Damn.
And I would like to chime in too, Coach. And listen, and just because I don't ever want to be one of those guys that cowers up when he's in the, I love you. I became a fan of you, obviously, when everybody became a fan of you. And then we both love Regis. I love everything Regis represents. I love his story. I love the grit. IOTBA has been in the locker room with Regis, so we have a lot of love for this guy. But I just feel, man, like I'm never gonna to pick a fight. I'm never gonna pick with my heart. And nobody's saying that Regis ain't having a hell of a camp. My biggest issue with Regis, not just from the Haney fight, not just from that, is his ability to control the distance. I do like how Catterall works at mid to long range, and then when he gets on the inside, he throws that shoulder right in your chest, man. He's going to make it very difficult for Regis. And like Corey said, I as an American, as a fan of Regis Rougarou Prograis, I want to see him pull it off, but my eyeballs, based on what I see, where they're at in their career, man, I just see Catterall taking that fight. Respectfully, Coach, and I hope you understand that.
I understand, but I'm going to tell you something. There's only two motherfuckers that can do the shoulder roll. James Mayweather. Think about that.
And Ryan Garcia.
And who?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
The fans are for a hell of a fight. I'm looking for help.
I'm excited.
We're training our asses off, and that night we're gonna step in that ring, man, and the champ will be ready. I'm sure he'll be ready.
You're not gonna, Matt.
Yeah.
How
you doing tonight, Coach Tobler? I've interviewed you before. I interviewed you actually last year on Brunch Boxing before the Haney fight. So it's good to hear from you again. I hope the grandbaby is doing well.
Oh my God, that's my next champ right there.
Yeah, handsome boy.
Man. Last time I spoke to you, you just became a grandfather. So, I just want to make sure the family's doing well.
Congratulations, Coach. Sorry, Matt, carry on.
I wanted to ask you about Prograis. We saw, what happened in the Haney fight.
Mm-hmm.
I personally thought that maybe Regis should move up, but he's back at 140. Are you at all concerned that the weight cut to 140, because he's been at 140 basically his whole career, are you concerned that the weight cut has finally gotten to him and that maybe this should have been a fight at 147?
No, well, I'll tell you what, he has one of the best nutritionists in the land. Declan is his nutritionist, and he really didn't have no problem making the weight. It was just that night. That night was off for Regis Prograis. And it happens in boxing. And if the world want to judge him by that, then they're in trouble. They're in trouble.
Yeah.
And boxing coaches,
facts,
analysts who think they can judge this two-time world champion off of that performance, then show up on August 24th and watch it. You see.
So you're going to see the real Rougarou again.
You're going to see when listen to me. When Regis Prograis is Regis Prograis, he on like fucking gold on top of gold. But when he's off, he's off. And
yeah,
it was off
everyone has their nights, Coach. Everyone
in a big arena. Hey, it happened. We lost that fight. We moved on, and here we are getting ready for August 24th. And I'm telling you, this two-time world champion is coming to a fight.
Yeah, let me ask you about that though. How did that fight get done so quickly? Because it seems like that fight, like Regis took it right away. How did that fight come together?
Man, I don't have nothing to do with how they negotiate. You got to talk to the manager, Marlon Johnson, 3MG Boxing. Get him on it. He'll give you all the details and how they got it done and what they're making. I don't know shit. All I know is that I got to get ready to go into the ring and destroy Jack Catterall in my favorite city, which is Manchester. And after that fight, we're going to paint the town Rougarou. How about that?
Shout out to Marlon. Yeah. Shout out to Marlon Johnson.
Yes, Marlon Johnson.
And this is what I was telling them, Coach. This is the big
game, bro. He also works with the kid Freddie Rojas. Freddie Rojas is a 14-0 super. He's a 147 pounder, 6'2". You're gonna be hearing about him pretty soon too.
You talking about Marlon? You talking about
Marlon? Good job.
I got you. Yeah, got you.
And this is what I was saying, Coach. This is what I love about the sport, and this is what I love about you, Evins Tobler, is the way you talk, your persona, and just the way you move, because you understand that a lot of people can be wrong about their pick. And this is what I love about the sport, what I was saying earlier. Like, it's nothing. We know people could come champion. We done seen Regis do it 2 times. The storybook ending is when people don't think you could do it, and you do it again. that goes down in history. And that's
Facts.
that's my ultimate love for the sport of seeing guys like a Regis or other guys who've been put in a position like this back against the wall. We've seen the greatest of all
Yeah,
time, Muhammad Ali, in the
yeah.
Rumble in the Jungle against George Foreman. Nobody thought he was going to lose. As a matter of fact, he divorced that girl because she said, you can't win, right? So that's the beautiful thing about sport. That, you know, so that's what I want to let you know straight up.
I'm with you, dog. Listen, it is the worst. I'm 59 years old, right? I'm out here running and scraping and busting my balls because the motherfucker said, Coach, I can't get in shape. And I've done this all the time. And I've been in shape all my life. I've been an athlete who has gone to the gym to train for something for 25, 28 years of my life.
Come on.
To do
Come
regular
on.
it's very hard for me. So I gotta find stuff to motivate me. And in this game, you got a kid like a Regis program. We know where he's come from. He caught the game late. Coming from Katrina, oh my God, the most devastating catastrophe in American history. Here this kid is coming to the game 17. He ain't supposed to be champion. He's a two-time champion. You tell me you put a kid back against the wall like that and he not gonna come out fighting, he gonna come out fighting. And the results will take care of itself. So he ready.
Facts.
Respect for your jamming, Mr. Neutral. I hope you are right, Coach, for the U.S. of A.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Coach.
If and when he beats Jack El Gato Catterall, who would you like him to fight next?
Man, I don't care who.
Good question.
Right, I don't care. I love the sport. We can fight fucking a fly. I'd be there to get him ready.
Anyone, as long as Rougarou's ready and ready to go for action.
Absolutely.
Coach, let me take you back to the 80s.
Coach, seriously.
I want to take the coach back to the 80s and your actual, you've actually competed against the great Carl Lewis on many occasions. Do you take them experiences when you're going through and you're doing your work with Regis, do you give over that experience to him about the top level of competition?
Absolutely. And a lot of times at this level, it ain't even physical. It's mental.
Right.
So when I train with him, I'm not just working on the physical, I'm working on mental. Because the physical, you can create a physical. I can't give it. I don't want to give my game with. A lot of these coaches think they know what they know, but I think you have to have gone through something. So I take a physical moment and turn it to something mental. So you have to create moments in the training session to where he has to push mentally. Because physical, everybody at this level can fight. Everybody can fight. Everybody's been in professional fights, but you got to create moments. So I do take my experiences from an athlete to the training facility, pushing him physically and mentally. That physical, if you get tired in that ring, it'll turn you into a bitch. I'm telling you what I know. It's the worst to be in the ring, and you can't protect yourself. You can't lift your hands because your shoulders haven't been through enough resistance to last for 36 minutes. We don't fight for 36 minutes. We fight for 66.
Absolutely.
All in my mind, all in my head.
Now, you met his manager, Sam Jones. I've seen the interview, and man, you've got him shitting his pants right now in England. He stepped back. Oh man, you just intimidated the fuck out of him, and it was great to watch. I've long been an admirer of Mr. Jones and his team, but they've got me blocked. What can I say? I mean, they just see me as a better joke. I made a statement about ducking Matthias, ducking Hitchinson, and they didn't like it. They blocked me. I've held out an olive branch. It's still not been reciprocated. So my door's always open, Mr. Jones. And let's get you on the show sometime. But Mr. Tobler, I'm going to end the show in a minute, but I want to just let the guys ask you one final question each. I know you're a busy man. You've had a hard day. You're probably starving to death. Now, guys, let's get your questions off
I got
for
one.
Mr. Evins Tobler. On you
Yeah,
go, sir.
I'll go. We've talked a lot about Regis and all that. We know what's coming, and we're all expecting a war, man, because that's what Regis brings. But I wanted to shift it a little bit. I know you're working a lot with Michaela Mayer. We've seen her come off the split decision with Jonas, and then the controversial decision with Baumgartner. Where is Michaela Mayer? How's she looking? When I say where, I mean mentally. What can we look forward to her future, man? You know, big picture.
Man, you know, it's funny you asking that because Michaela is just like a Regis program. Michaela is what I call a beautiful beast.
I can't disagree with that.
That she is. That she is.
She's definitely beautiful.
Man, she's articulate. She works hard, and her eye is on the title. And it's always a pleasure working with her. I mean, that young lady they don't give her enough credit, but she's doing a thing. I think she's commentating for the Olympics. But Michaela is a monster, and I think her goal is to win the world title again. She wants those belts, and I believe she'll get them because she has that type of drive, that type of mentality, and she's poised. She's a killer, bro. She's a killer, and she don't back down.
You don't imagine her going back down in weight, or you know, she's kind of moved up, and she seems to be enjoying that, living, just a little bit more comfortable with it. Is that her plan going forward?
I don't think she's going to go back down, but that ain't my call. She got boxing coaches and people to make that call.
That's what's up.
She's preparing herself. She's always ready for war. Don't look at the pretty face. The pretty face might fool you. You might be looking up at the lights.
That's what I tell people about my partner, IOTBA.
Do you think she'll ever take the Jonas rematch? Do you think the Jonas-Michaela Mayer rematch could happen, Coach?
Man, this Michaela.
We all know that was a dodgy job.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't want
tough, man.
That's a robbery. And I like Tasha.
I won't go that far neutral. I won't go that far, Mr. Neutral, but it was a dodgy job.
That loss burns Michaela. It drives her every single day. She's not. I don't think there's.
No, mate. For me, that was
back. It ain't gonna be the same Michaela Mayer. I promise you.
Let's get her back to Liverpool. Let's do it again, mate. Let's see it properly. Let's see Michaela get what's due.
She like those fans. They love her over there, man.
Is it frustrating for the US female boxers having to come to England and get dodgy decisions?
Say that again, sir.
Well,
not Clarissa.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine the frustration it is for American female boxers who do most of their trade in England, especially Michaela? I think our last 5 outings have been in England. So how frustrating is it? For these guys wanting to actually box at home.
She's not frustrated. They're paying her well.
I'm going to say,
them up.
also remember, Neutral, it happens to Scottish fighters against English fighters, as Josh Taylor found out against Jack
we won't talk about that anymore, John.
We can't talk England and America, mate. It's anyone. Anyone can get robbed. Anyone can get robbed.
I just think it's payback for how America did fight us for across the pond for years.
Hey,
this is my thing for you, Coach. Like, the reason why I like you, Coach Evins Tobler, and the reason why I respect you so much, first is because you're all the way down with your fighter. And when you talk, I can really see that you really believe everything that you're saying about your fighter, right? That's the ultimate respect I got for you, Coach. I want you to know that. And one day we would love to have you on the spit bucket. This is my thing for you. When you talk about mental, right? And I want to go back to Regis' program. When you talk about mental, that fight against Devin Haney, that was heartbreaking, and that's something that could make your mental, go elsewhere and make you question yourself. You as his coach, when did you see? How long did it see when you seen him that he snapped out of it and it was back to business?
Well, maybe a month after the fight, we didn't even talk about the fight. Okay, but when we talked about the fight, I already knew that he wasn't there mentally. Okay, so as an athlete, the first step to recovering your mental strength is recognizing that you wasn't in what you were doing mentally. And when the champ did that, the whole mindset switches back.
But when you say he wasn't there mentally, like I could agree with that. But do you think that Regis, he was a champ. He was like, nobody can beat me. You know,
Right.
because listen, Regis done made a lot of money. He taking care of his family. And like, I don't know who said that famous quote, JJ, when you start wearing silk pajamas and stuff like that, it be different. And like you say, Regis is on his way to his third time.
Yeah.
So he done been champion twice. He done made a lot of money, sir. So do you think that could have been the case? I'm not making no excuses for him. The best man won. But I do understand when you make a lot of money, that could be the case
I'm gonna
sometimes.
tell you that ain't his case. It wasn't about the money. It wasn't about the money. It was one of those off nights where he just wasn't there. But you ask me right now, that mental strength, that mental fortitude is there. And this Regis program is locked in mentally, and the physical is easy because he worked like a broke dog. He worked like he don't have no money. And the kid is not flashy. The money does not get to him. When we started, nobody had no money. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't that. It was he just wasn't there that night, and he's recovered from that. And now we got Jack Catterall and standing in the way of something that he wants, that he will not be denied. He has not been denied, and this is not talking shit. These are facts. When Regis told me he wanted to be two-time world champion, he was two-time world champion. So I have no reason in my mind or my heart to doubt that he is not going to reach the goals that he set, because he is a goal setter and he's a goal getter. I've experienced it. I've lived it.
Now, but before you get out of here, Coach, I just want you to tell the people what should we expect from Regis Prograde August 24th against Jack Catterall.
You are going to get the real Regis Prograde. Regis Prograde being Regis Prograde, can nobody in the 140-pound class beat him. He's back. 100%.
Looking forward to it, man. Mm-hmm. Guess who's back?
Guess who's back?
Coach, what's your Instagram, Coach? What's your Instagram, Coach?
Fitness by Tobler, one word. Fitness by
I'm gonna hit you up on your Instagram, Coach.
All right.
That's what I was gonna say, guys. Follow Evins Tobler on Instagram and Twitter.
X.
It's at Evins Tobler. One is it? Evins.
Evins Tobler. Yes. You
know, Evins Tobler on Twitter, Instagram. You can follow Jam's Boxing Chat on Boxing Media Hub. Yeah, Brunch Boxing. You know, the King of Spaces. Martin Vio, great team there. Please like and subscribe to all my guests tonight, including that, and especially for coming on first timers, the Spit Bucket Podcast guys, Gigi Solomon and Mr. IOTBA.
TSB Boxing.
Can't touch me on my best day.
Listen,
I'm Mr. Neutral.
We appreciate you having us on.
I want to thank you all for coming on and making this episode 11 Heart Talk USA a fantastic show. And my special guest, I was hoping and praying he'd come through. He did, and he answered the fans and the hardcore all the questions they need. There you are. We wish you all the best of luck on the 24th, Evans. Please accommodate my guys here. If get on their spaces, get on their podcasts. They're all dying to interrogate you further.
Pick your brain.
We're gonna get down. We're gonna have a nice conversation. And I'm
boxing, mate. JJ and ITOBA bring it every time, mate. Get on their space. Trust me, you'll love it, mate.
I got it.
Lads, they bring the business.
Let's do it.
After the fight, I better have me a glass of whiskey.
I hope you get that steak of Sam Jones, right? Make sure you get that top steak, Argentinian of him. I've seen
Mr. Neutral and Jam. Mr. Neutral and Jam. We look forward to having y'all on this new series that we're gonna bring out real soon, and we definitely want you guys on there.
Yes,
Please.
God bless.
and by
That
being
is a promise. As far as I'm concerned, I'm already there. I'm moving into your apartment. Until that time, I'm there mentally. I've just got to remind everyone, this show is sponsored by our partners at iBoxingHub, D-Rock Clothing. Check them out, and the links are there below in the descriptions, the website. I mean, boxers like Johnny Nelson, Joseph Parker, and Twitter of UK Twitter King, that is Jam's Boxing Chat, right?
This guy.
These guys don't wear it for nothing. It's quality stuff. iBoxingHub 24 in the promo code.
off.
Get 40% off. You'd be mad not to.
24.
On that note, gentlemen, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. You have made my day. You've made my show, and we will meet again, right? And
we will definitely meet again.
And coach
Jams, on that note, take them away.
Have some of this, lads. Take care now.
Thank you.
Take it easy, guys. Appreciate y'all.
Hit me up.
It's another bang. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. Light up my card with a sweet one, please. Someone flicks me a bag.